Alright guys, happy Wednesday. As noted before, 11:45 today is that class, so make sure you guys sign up and schedule accordingly for it. And Friday, same time there. So all throughout the week, 11:45. Again, if you've been off working out, if you're taking a break or anything like that, let's try and get back into that habit again. Whether it be even just once a week, that's still something. It's better than nothing there. Just again, getting into that routine. We want to slowly get ready for opening up. We're going to be opening up soon, so let's get into that routine so we can get back into that regular the regular routine that we were doing before there. So let's try and get on that routine there, guys. Keep it up, and I'm going to pass it over to Chris for the workout of the day.
Okay, guys. So for today, this workout is the style of workout that I love to do. Lots of rounds, but the reps are kind of low. So you're kind of speeding through each round pretty quickly here. 30 rounds of anything is a lot. So the first movement is the double under. If you don't have a skipping rope, you can always do the double tap hops. If you are still new to skipping, you can just do 15 single skips. It's supposed to be fast. You're not supposed to be skipping for a long time. So pick something that you can do unbroken. Of course, as you get tired, you might trip up a little bit. That's totally fine. But you want to pick something that you can keep moving through. After that, we have 9 kettlebell swings. Pick a kettlebell that you can do unbroken the whole workout. Doesn't mean it has to be light. So 9 reps isn't a ton. You should be able to do, like if we were to put an RX on this one, I'd probably say 32-24 would be the RX weights. Because for 9, although that's a heavy weight, you can probably do 9 unbroken the whole time. However, I think for myself, the kettlebell swings are going to be the challenge of this workout. It's going to add up a lot. It's 30 rounds, so that's 270 reps of kettlebell swings. So tons of reps. Keep that in mind when choosing your weight. Then at the end, we got 3 V-sits. So if you guys have been doing, let's say, jackknives every time V-sits came up as a scale, it's only 3. So try something that's trickier for only 3. So the V-sits, again, it's only 3, so it might seem easy, but it's going to add up. It's 30 rounds, so you're ending up doing, what is that, 90 V-sits at the end of this thing. That's still a lot of V-sits. It might hit you in later rounds, but it should start getting challenging. Myself for this one, if you guys have a pull-up bar, you want to do toes to bars, I'm going to be doing toes to bars on this one today. If you find 3 V-sits to be really easy, you can maybe pin like a ball in between your feet. It could be like a soccer ball, whatever, football. If you feel like you want to add a little bit of weight, if you have a light med ball or something like that, by all means, pinning a weight between your feet will make those V-sits harder. But again, obviously you should be doing that one unbroken. This is meant to be, you should be getting through each round pretty quickly here. So you're looking at 30 minutes or less if you're doing this one right. A minute per round should be kind of like the most it should take you to get through. Pass it over to Yash for the afterburner.
Alright guys, so after that long workout, we got some good cool down mobility here. We're going to work on that thoracic mobility. Going for 10. Flexion and extension of the thoracic spine, then some side rotations, and then twists at that thoracic spine. So you'll see some more details on how to do that specifically in the later videos. We'll see you guys next for the warm-up.
Okay, let's get ready to warm up here. We're going to start off today's warm-up with the 90-90 hip rotation. So opening up the hips. Really the 90-90 is to focus on your internal rotation and your external rotation in your hips. A lot of times, whether you're squatting, you're running, box jumping, anytime you're moving the legs, we're not necessarily moving effectively in our hips because the rotation in our femur, so your thigh bone, isn't necessarily recruiting all the correct muscles. What I'm trying to get at is your hip flexor, your psoas, to be specific, tends to get neglected. So this 90-90 really helps, guys, to open it up, loosen it up, and slowly start firing those smaller muscles. You start in your seated position, heels on the ground, guys. Knees are about 90 degrees. From here, notice how my hands are hip in line with my hips or slightly behind. You can play around with this. You're gonna drop If you drop your knees and you feel maybe it's a stretch, whether it's on either leg, hang out there, hold it, okay? If you can't touch your knee to the floor, just gently try to push down as your body relaxes. Now it might be tricky to see, but my knees are actually about 90 degrees, both of them. That's where the name comes, the 90-90. From here, I'm going to rotate my knees to the other side without lifting my heels off the ground. So notice how I'm just rotating, but my heels did not change position, okay? So now I'm feeling a little tight here, so I can feel the stretch myself. So I have to reposition my hand. The key here is do not reposition your heels. It's really easy to like, yeah, I'm doing it, but you're actually not rotating through your hips when you're moving your feet. Okay, so you're gonna rotate in your hips, so this thigh for me is externally rotating as this one is internally rotating. So I'm feeling that rotation in my hips. Then I reverse the order. External rotation, internal rotation on the opposite side. The key here, guys, use this as a stretch. Feel the rotation in your hips. As you get more comfortable, come off the ground with your hands. See, can you not move your heels, but use that core to stabilize yourself. After you've done that, now let's get that heart rate going. Let's get those muscles fired up, guys. We're gonna go for 3 rounds. 30, 20, and 10. Alternating step up. So starting with 30, alternating step ups. You're gonna go up, step down, go up, step down. Trying to fire up the hamstrings and glutes on that one. Okay? Stabilize your knee, so don't let your knee drop depending on how your object is. Watch for that. Okay? Once you've completed the 30, then you're gonna go into your push-up position. So your high plank. From here, shoulders over your wrist, you're gonna bring your knee to the opposite side. Bring your knee to the opposite side. You're going for 30 mountain climbers, crossing your body, getting your core fired up, okay? From there, the last movement, going for some bent over flies. So I'm using these 10-pound plates here today. I'm gonna hinge at the hips, so lean forward by sticking my bum back. From there, my back is flat, and then I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades, bring it down. Squeeze my shoulder blades, bring it down. Do it until 30. As you squeeze your shoulder blades, don't roll forward. It's okay to bend the elbows slightly so you can maximize the usage of your upper back. If you have the flexibility in your bicep and your triceps and your back muscles, feel free to go straight, guys, but play around with it to make sure you get the most out of your back without lowering the plate down too much. So you're not doing this, okay? Try to keep them in line to your shoulders. Once you've completed 30, you're gonna roll back onto your step up for 20, repeating your movements, working your way down on the last round, doing that final round of 10. Have a great warm up. See you next in the workout routine.
Okay guys, so for our workout today, we start off with some double unders. So if you guys have a skipping rope, of course, go for those double unders or single skips. If not, we'll just go over those double tap hops. So remember, we're gonna try to keep the weight on the balls of our feet as we hop. And then as you're hopping, you're gonna tap your thighs. So notice as I hop there, guys, I'm trying to keep my feet in relatively the same spot. So as we build our coordination, sometimes we tend to hop all over the place. We kind of jump a little forward, a little left, a little right. Try to stay consistent. I always find it helps if I kind of find something on the wall to focus my eyes on, and I just keep my eyes in that same spot, and I try to keep my feet consistently in the same spot. Every time you hop left or right or front or back, remember you're leaking a little bit of efficiency. So we want to work on that as we go. The next thing that we're going to work on is our kettlebell swing. So we're going to show you guys a kettlebell swing using a dumbbell here. We're going for, so first off, we're going to start off with a nice, perfect, safe sumo deadlift. So hips come back, back and chest stay nice and flat. I'm going to pick up my object by pushing my heels on the floor. From here, I'm going to hinge at that hip. Notice how my shin is straight. I've been noticing a little bit in our videos, our live virtual classes, some of you guys are starting to let your knees come forward at that bottom of that kettlebell swing. Try to keep those knees back so your shins are more perpendicular in the air there, that's gonna help you activate that hamstring better. We can give it a couple of swings for momentum. Notice how I'm holding on to the head of that dumbbell. I can also hold on to the handle if I would like. That's totally fine too. I find holding on to the head a little bit more comfortable, a little bit easier for me. And then we're gonna dip, drive the hips up, and lock that object up overhead. Notice at the top here, guys, I'm trying to keep my shoulders back and down, so I'm not shrugging. I wanna keep those shoulders back and down. My head can come slightly through that window, so that object is nice and straight above my body. Once you're done, the kettlebells, the final move is the V-sit. Remember, guys, you can challenge yourselves with a weight between the heel, or you can do a total bar if you have a pull-up bar at home. So for the V-sit, first progression, you can just do a sit-up. So you can get a nap mat under your back, or a towel, roll up a shirt, whatever. We're just gonna come all the way up, touch the shoes, come back down. You can use your arms. Those are a bit too easy for you. For 3, it's probably gonna be a bit too easy. You can switch to a jackknife. So in a jackknife, we start off in that hollow body position. The knees come in towards the chest. The V-sit is very similar, except now we're keeping our legs locked out, and we're trying to bring our arms overhead and then bring the hands in towards the toes. If you don't touch the toes, that's okay. You're just gonna try to get as close as you can, and you're gonna try to keep everything nice and straight. Enjoy the 30 rounder. We will see you guys for the afterburner.
All right, guys, we're here for the afterburner. We're gonna do some thoracic mobility here. So find yourself a ball or something that's soft that you can kind of rest your back on and almost arch over it. Don't pick something too hard there. It's gonna feel painful in the back. That pivot point, we want it to be at the middle of our back. So we're gonna use that object to pivot at that point. So I'm gonna use this med ball here. I'm gonna lie back onto it. I'm gonna try to pivot at that middle point of my back. From here, once I'm in that arch position, I'm gonna get my arms overhead, so behind my back, the back of my head, I mean. From here, we're going for 10 flexion extension reps here. So we're gonna kind of let ourselves go back, extending as much as we can, and then pulling back in as much as we can. We're gonna be doing 10 reps here, nice and slow. Again, these are not for time or anything like that. We're just trying to open up that back and that thoracic spine there. From there, we're gonna go into some side twists. So same position. This time we're gonna kind of bring our elbow towards our hip, and then back in again, then switch and do it on the opposite side. You'll notice that you'll feel tight on those lats. You might need to work on a little bit more mobility in that section if you need to there. If you find that you're really tight when you're going down, especially on the opposite side. But we're gonna go again, 10, alternating as you're in that arch position, okay? Once you're done that, we're gonna go for rotations to finish off. So still again, mid-back is that anchor point there. You're gonna twist and look towards the floor, back into that center position, same thing, twist. And always try to move that whole upper body towards the direction that we're twisting towards. So 10 reps of everything, guys. Take it slow. You can use a pillow. You might need to stack a couple of them. Make sure it's not too hard on your back. And you're putting that, you're twisting at that middle point of your back there. That'll be where your thoracic spine meets. So make sure it's at that point there. Other than that, guys, hope you guys enjoy the mobility in the WOD. We'll see you guys tomorrow for the next workout.